Well, wait a second. Are you saying that safety isn't the most important thing ever?
I'm saying that everybody wants to go home safe at the end of the day. Safety always would be a delightful bromide, a wise platitude. Safety first is the stuff of idiocy. It allows us to begin to believe that somebody other than us might care more about our well-being than we do. And the minute we buy into that nonsense, then we embrace the warm grip of complacency. So no, safety is not the enemy. But if you make it the priority, then let's just wrap ourselves in bubble pack and drive at speeds approaching 5 miles an hour and never assume anything that could ever be confused with risk.
That is really deep. When you say safety first, you're assuming. No, this is one of the many unarticulated assumptions that govern our society, and no one ever examines them in the light of day, and you just did. So when you say explain that a little bit more. When you say safety first, you're assuming that someone out there cares more about your well-being than you do.
Yeah, I'm saying that on dirty jobs, my crew and I sat through over 100 mandatory safety briefings, and through the first couple of seasons, they were very effective because we listened like this. We were very concerned. We were in a dangerous, hostile, unknown environment. But over time, the big safety first placards and the mandatory boxes that you have to check and the lockout tagout procedures, these things start to sound like the teacher in Charlie Brown, right? It's wah, 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 wah. And you stop listening. So the unintended consequence of telling you that nothing is more important than your safety is the very dynamic that leads people to walk across Fifth Avenue when the little man says walk, instead of looking both ways.
Exactly.
It's not a coincidence that the most dangerous intersections in the world are intersections that have signs that tell you when to walk. So, again, we've talked about this with the minimum wage. We've talked about it with a lot of different things. But the unintended consequences of magnifying a virtue to a place it doesn't deserve to occupy will always come back to kick us in the throat.
Really deep. So are there safety briefings on your new show? You've got one of the biggest digital shows that's ever been. How much safety is in that show?
Well, safety, like I said, is always present in everything I've done. Dirty job, somebody's got to do it. Returning the favor. I mean, we always focus on going home in one piece. But part of doing that, in my world, is to say safety third. Now, that's controversial. That makes people go, what are you talking about? What's more important than safety? And now suddenly you're having a conversation about something that will ultimately redound to personal responsibility. Right. Safety third is just a way of cutting through the warm milk and the soft tissue that makes everybody comfortable. And when I say everybody, I mean actuarial accountants, I mean HR, I mean insurance adjusters. You've done it. How many times you got on a plane, and been told by the pilot that the most important thing is to get you home in one piece? Just once, I'd like the pilot to say, hey, look, sit back and relax because I love my wife and my kids, or my husband and my daughters, and I'm going to get myself home in one piece. Have fun. Strap yourself in for the ride. You've never been in better hands. Adios.